Thank you very much. Time for a wee change of pace. We're going to do a wee slow number for you now. And this is the tune that kind of introduced me to the band. We all live in Dalry, and I'd kept being invited to play at Bothy nights in Dalry. And they only ever asked me to play this one tune. Whether they thought I couldn't play any other tunes, I don't know. And then there was a guitarist there that was determined he was going to play along with me, and it was, oh dear, never mind. So I thought, right, I need to do something about this. So then I asked guitarist here, would he play for me if there was ever another Bothy night? And he said, well, just come along to a wee band practice. And then they said, do you want to come next week? Do you want to come next week? And eventually I was in the band. So this is the tune that started it all, and this is the Ashokan Farewell. Thank you very much indeed. My background is actually in classical music. And the first night that I went round, we practiced in John's barbecue hut. And the first night I went round to the barbecue hut and had a few tunes with the guys. They were all laughing, because the next day I was flying down to London to play in the proms in the Royal Albert Hall. And I wasn't quite sure, was it going from the sublime to the ridiculous or vice versa? Anyway, we've got an extra instrument now. We're changing, yeah. Okay, so we've got a wee bit of whistle coming on here. So we're going to play the Kesh and the Irish Washerwoman. Now, if you don't get your toes tapping or your hands clapping to this one, there's no hope for you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so my name's Diane and I play the fiddle in case you hadn't noticed. Next to me, we have Mr. John Scott, all the way from Wishy. Lives in Dalry now and got his two sisters with him tonight. So John, this evening, he plays many instruments, but this evening he's playing banjo and he will be playing, oh, you've played it already, haven't you? Bouzouki. Yeah, banjo and bouzouki. Okay, next to John, believe it or not, is John. Okay, this is unbelievable, I promise you. Wait till we get round to everybody. Okay. So John, this evening, is playing mainly guitar, but did have a wee toot on your whistle. Yes, and you're born and bred, Dalry, so we've come a long way tonight, like the rest of us. Yeah. Opposite me, on the other side of the stage, guess what? Well, his real name is John, but he gets called Ian, which does actually help a wee bit. But yes, so Ian is on mandolin. And yes, also born and bred Dalry. And then we've got Brian on the fiddle and on the concertina. And you were all the way from Dalry when you were 2, weren't you? You lived in Dalry, but you now live in Roslyn, just south of Edinburgh. He's posh. Roslyn's posh. And that's us. We are Hingin by a Thread. Okay, so back to the tunes, and it's Morrison's and Drowsy Maggie. You guys are amazing now. The clapping is fantastic. Wait, and in time and everything. Superb. Okay. 2 tunes here called Jenny Picking Cockles and going into Banish Misfortune. So watch out for the change of instrument midway. take your partners for a wee waltz. This tune we had requested once when we were doing a pub gig in Dalry, and none of us had ever heard of it. So we went away and learned it, and then the person that requested it's never been back to see us since. Never mind, but it's a nice tune. This is Margaret's Waltz. Thank you very much indeed. Whew. Right, back to some jiggy tunes again. This is a couple that we've only learned very recently. So because of COVID, we couldn't play together for a long, long time. And then when we kind of started meeting, we could only meet two at a time in the garden and all that kind of stuff. But we did decide that we ought to try and learn some new stuff. So this is a couple of new tunes. So Ian, you fancied learning the first one, The Sword of St. Columba, so you brought that to the band. So when John's ready, we'll play The Sword of St. Columba, followed by Mississippi Sawyer. next piece has got a wee story behind it. During all the lockdowns that we had, well, right at the very beginning of the first lockdown, I did a video on Facebook. It happened to be the 30th anniversary of my dad's death, and I just thought to myself, you know what, I'm going to play a wee tune and put it up on Facebook and just kind of dedicate that to him. And people loved it and said, same time tomorrow. So I ended up doing this for months, every day, sometimes twice a day, for a few months anyway, and then I went, you know, I'm still doing them, but not every day now. So I thought it would be quite nice to have something to sort of commemorate all that. So I commissioned a very, very good folk musician called Ali Levac to write a piece for me, and I've called it Diane's Triumph, because I really felt that it was helping people. People were writing to me from all over the world saying that their music, my music, was giving them something to get up for in the morning, something to look forward to. And I just, you know, I very quickly realised I was making a difference. And that was so special. So this is Diane's Triumph. Thank you. Okay, now it's the time you've all been waiting for. You've been wondering why you've got a piece of paper and a Hingin by a 3'd pencil in front of you. Right, so we're going to be playing some movie themes throughout the evening, and this is your first one. Okay, so see if you can tell me the name of the movie. Okay, so let's keep going. The Spootiskerry, Willafjord, and the High Road to Linton. All good going Scottish tunes. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Great, so John, Brian and Ian, you can take a little break. John, you can get your bazooki out again. We have to do this piece that we're about to do because it's the second one on your movie list. Okay. Okay, a couple of quite fast and lively jiggy tunes. The Spey and Spate and the Fairy Dance. 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much indeed. So this is the last number before the interval. John assures me when he was growing up, and Margaret and Susan, I'm sure you can verify this, that he was exposed to lots of different styles of music, but often classical music. And that's why he and I often do stuff together, because we like to play different genres. So here's a wee classical number for you. And this is the next piece in your quiz. You've got a really good chance with this because it's been used in at least 2 movies that I know of, and it was on the telly only a couple of weeks ago.